happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Jimmy back with another huge update. I know you guys can probably already tell it's going down by the title, you guys. We got The View host back at it again. ABC's The View going off the rails in this newest segment. We got Sonny Hostin getting into it with Tim Scott, and I'm going to say things went left very quick. Excited to get in this one, so we get straight into it. Just make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Before we even get into it, guys, hit that like button, also hit that subscribe button for your boy. Without further ado, let's dive straight into it, you guys.
You have indicated that you don't believe in systemic racism. What is your definition of systemic racism?
Let me answer the question that you've answered.
Or does it even exist in your mind?
Let me answer the question this way. One of the things I think about, and one of the reasons why I'm on the show, is because of the comments that were made, frankly, on this show, that the only way for a young African-American kid to be successful in this country is to be the exception and not the rule. That is a dangerous, offensive, disgusting message to send to our young people today, that the only way to succeed is by being the exception. I will tell you that if my life is the exception, I can't imagine.
But it is.
But it's not, actually. It's been
114 years.
Yeah, so the fact of the matter is we've had an African-American president, African-American vice president. We've had 2 African-Americans to be secretaries of the state. In my home city, the police chief is an African-American who's now running for mayor. The head of the highway patrol for South Carolina is an African-American.
Still exceptions.
In 1975, there was about 15%.
Listen to Sonny Hostin, guys. This is right on par for Sonny Hostin to be trying to play that victim card, throw the race card out there and say, if you're a black man and you're successful, you're an exception. You're one of the exceptions. Like, come on, Sonny Hostin. Why do you have to always be the victim at every single situation? Like, that's a terrible mind. Like, it's very sad to see, because this is a scary mindset to walk around with every day in life. And I'm pretty sure Sonny Hostin has children too, so she's also being able to put this and plant this in someone else's head. So it's just really sad to see that she plays this victim card no matter what. Like, come on, even when it comes to Tim Scott, like someone who's able to combat and go against that, and he sees that that's not the case, she's still on up. She's still on admit it. You hear no one else is saying anything. Whoopi's not saying anything.
Unemployment in the African-American community for the first time in the history of the country is under 5%.
40% homelessness.
And 50%
of African-Americans
50% of the folks in our community
get 13% of the population.
You had the chance to ask the question. I know that I've watched you on the show that you like people to be deferential and respectful, so I'm going to do the same thing.
True.
So here's what
you hear the way, as soon as he's trying to get out his point, Sonny Hostin's in the way, guys. Like Tim Scott said, if you're going to ask me a question, this gets under my skin so much. Like, interviewers, they always want to do that when someone's heating them up. Someone from the right is heating them up, going crazy on the points in their question. They're always going to try to interject or cut them off. We're seeing it right here. Sonny Hostin can't let this guy talk. He's like, hey, I respect you, so likewise respect me, please. Come on now, he's a guest.
I've watched you on the show that you like people to be deferential and respectful, so I'm going to do the same thing.
True.
So here's what I'm going to suggest. I'm going to suggest the fact of the matter is that progress in America is palpable. It can be measured in generations. I look back at the fact that my grandfather, born in 1921 in Sally, South Carolina, when he was on a sidewalk, a white person was coming, he had to step off and not make eye contact. That man believed then, with some doubt now, in the goodness of America, because he believed that having faith in God, faith in himself, and faith in what the future could hold for his kids would unleash opportunities in ways that you cannot imagine. Every kid today can look, just change the stations and see how much progress has been made in this country. ABC, NBC, CBS, ESPN, CNN, Fox News all have African-American and Hispanic hosts. So what I'm saying...
Notice Sonny Hostin isn't saying anything right now, guys. Excuse me. And the reason why is because he's on he's on a heater right now. He's going in on all the points, hitting them right on the head. He's saying, hey, we're making progress, and people like you who want to keep looking back, it's hard to make progress if we keep staring at behind us. You can't run a marathon looking behind you the whole way, can you? It makes things tough. And that's essentially what Sonny Hostin is trying to do.
Fox News all have African-American and Hispanic hosts. So what I'm suggesting is that yesterday's exception is today's rule. And for us to suggest...
So America has met its promise.
No, of course, the concept of America is that we are going to become a more perfect union. But in fact, the challenges that we face 50 years ago and 60 years ago should not be the same challenges that we face today. And here's the way that you measure that. When my mother was born, about 10% of African Americans got a high school degree, diploma. Today it's over 90%. When you look at the income, success that we've had.
That's an HBCU stat.
Well, listen, HBCU stat is a good one, because one of the reasons why I took the funding for HBCUs to the highest level in the history of the country, and then I helped make it permanent, is because I believe that education is the closest thing to magic in America. So I'm about...
Look at Sunny's face right now, guys. I want you to just key in and look at Sunny's face. She will not be satisfied. She's one of those people who they'll say something negative, they'll say something bad, and then there is nothing you can say or do to change this person's mind. Like, she's going to feel the way she felt from the jump forever. Like, she's literally not, look at her face. She's not even, she's so closed off. She doesn't hear anything he's saying. It's going straight through. He might as well be talking to a wall at this point, guys.
Making sure that our kids have as many opportunities to succeed as possible. It's one of the reasons why.
I need an opportunity to succeed because I have to go to they're begging. We have more time, though. They're begging.
Oh my goodness, you're not kidding me, guys. As soon as he stopped, I pointed out, guys, she has no words. You see Sunny Hostin's face. She's sitting there stumped because Tim Scott's got her on every single point, and he comes back with the facts and the statistics to back it. Like, come on, what can they do? They can't do anything. But now Whoopi's coming in trying to cut it to break. No way, guys. Listen to this.
Opportunities to succeed as possible. It's one of the reasons why.
I need an opportunity to succeed because I have to go to they're begging. We have more time, though. They're begging. You're coming back.
I'm just getting started.
I know.
I believe all people can see the success that I've had.
We'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness, guys. There you have it. They had to cut this man off. Tim Scott, he wasn't even able to get the rest of his speech out because they're cutting him off. They do that to all their guests. If you're coming on and you have opposing viewpoints from the ladies that sitting around that table, they are quick to jump in or jump down your throats or just flat out try to get the lie or gaslight you into believing what they believe because they just they don't do well with the truth. And that's just what it is. Here it is again, Tim Scott, same clip. They do not care. They're not going to let you get the truth out on The View. Watch this.
We will fulfill the notion that this is the nation that can become more perfect. And what I am concerned about
fixing the structures and the systemic racism that is embedded in
the fact of the matter is that we don't have to agree. We don't have to agree on the fact that
right there, guys, you hear Sunny, the combativeness of Sunny Hostin with Tim Scott coming with the solution. That right there should show you that she's not so willing to work towards the solution. She is a part of the problem, to be honest. She's the reason why things are so slow to change because she's so closed off the, progress and moving forward. She's too busy worried about what happened to, the folks before her when she needs to worry about what will happen to the people in the future, your children, their children. We need to keep moving forward and making things better. That's what Tim Scott's saying. But listen to Sunny Hostin, the first thing she said.
I am concerned about
fixing the structures and the systemic racism that is embedded in
the fact of the matter is that we don't have to agree. We don't have to agree on the fact that your definition of specific.
Go up and tell her.
And then listen to, that's why I'm laughing. I'm not laughing at Sunny. I'm laughing at Sunny Hostin, yes, but I'm also laughing at the crowd is literally clapping. So it's got to be AI or that's robots. No way there's actual human beings that are clapping behind Sunny Hostin's clap back. And it was so measly, come on, get out of here. That's to, soothe her ego a little bit because she's getting roasted right now.
We don't have to agree on the fact that your definition of specific.
Go up and tell her. Go tell him.
Tell her from the mountain.
We have to go to commercial. We'll come back. You're going
to. Oh my guys, there it has. They're right there. They will not let. As soon as you get the truth out, you're trying to get. He's going downhill and downhill. And he puts a boulder in front, hey. We need to stop you right there. We can't let that get to the people. They never want to let the truth get out. Look at how desperate they are here to
tell from the mountain.
We have to go to commercial. We'll come back. You're going to
I think y'all have commercial breaks. Whenever I get on, we're going to come back.
Guys, did you hear that? He said, I think you guys have commercial breaks whenever I get going. Like he's saying, guys, this is the truth. Every time that Tim Scott gets going, they cut him off. What? Why would you even have someone on your show if you're not going to let them talk at all? Come on. They don't let you talk unless you're going to get going with them. Listen to this.
Well, and he also, my good friend Bakari Sellers called him out and said that Tommy Tuberville can go to hell. The fact is he made tens of millions of dollars off unpaid black labor men as a football coach. He literally has the stature he has because people went out there and assumed the risk and incurred the risk of concussions, playing hard and everything. And I think so that's one point to point out. And I think when you talk about reparations, it's such a hot button issue. The minute you start talking about reparations, people call you a racist. And
Here we go, guys. Sunny Hostin trying to cope with the fact that she may be actually the words she just said. Guys, you got to hear Sunny Hostin and just the way that she is so quick to fixate on race and every single topic. There is never any political stance that she takes that isn't taken based off of, you know, someone's race or the race that they associate with. Like, that's the whole reason why she identifies with Kamala Harris so, you know, so tough, so heavily, because she believes that a black woman deserves, she needs to be in office, no matter if her policies are flimsy or non-existent, like our friend Kamala Harris. Like, listen to her, guys. You can hear by the way she talks. Listen.
The minute you start talking about reparations, people call you a racist. And I've always said, you know, please, people need to start just looking up what the definition of racism is. It's really a power dynamic. It's not just about the color of your skin. And I think when you talk about those who committed crimes that owe reparations, those are the people that committed the atrocities of slavery, who stole land, who killed indigenous people. Today is Indigenous Peoples Day. Yeah, those reparations are still owed. And so to sort of try to
Sunny Hostin, and that's the part that I'm trying to get to Sunny Hostin. Like, you were born and none of that had anything to do with you, like your life. And that's the point where a lot of people that are like demanding, like they feel like they're actually owed something. I'm like, you were born and none of that affected the way you grew up. Like, your household that you lived in, it didn't stop you apparently from getting a successful career on the show The View, ABC's The View. Like, come on, like, why does she, of all folks, feel like she needs or she's deserved or owed anything? Guys, she got the same, we all started on equal playing field, and that's the way I see it in my eyes. When we were all born, we got the same chance, the same opportunity to do the right thing, do the wrong thing. We all got to chase our own paths. And none of that stuff that we looking back, none of that had anything to do with it, guys. Sunny Hostin just finding another way to cope. This is what this is. Look at it.
Invert the conversation and bastardize the conversation and call people racist because you call out racism is something that I get to experience every single day on social media. Thank you very much. I am somehow a race baiter and a racist because I call it like I see it. And
this is some of that gaslighting. Listen to her. This is the gaslighting where she tries to lie and try to smooth over the fact that she's exactly what she's paying now. Listen to the way she talks. You can hear by the way she speaks.
I am somehow a race baiter and a racist because I call it like I see it. And I think it's being used as a political wedge issue. Now, everything is racist. Everything is racist, especially if you call it out.
Yo, there we have it, guys. That's just Sunny Hostin calling it out. And that's the reason why she's being blasted on social media, getting called these names. We all know why she's truly being called these names. It's because the way she acts on the set of ABC's The View, guys. She acts like, you know, there is only one way, and it's the black way to go. Like, I'm a black man, and I don't even identify that heavily with every black man or black individual out here, as well as Sunny Hostin does. It just seems like everyone's almost kin to her or family in some sort of extension. You know, Sunny Hostin, the way she goes up to bat for people when she just sees her flat out wrong, it's absurd. I mean, like, is she actually hearing the words she's saying? Guys, hop in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Tim Scott absolutely heating her up here, and then they've got executive producers coming in to cut him off, rip him off this show. Guys, hop in here and let me know your thoughts. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. But if you enjoy more content like this, I'll catch you guys on the next one. We go.